Hello everybody, my name is of course Brian Downing from quantlabs.net. Today I want to introduce you to my database that's been in under development for the last 6 to 8 months. This is for trading purposes, for eventually my robust trading system that's constantly getting worked on and refined. Just want to show it to you. I wanted to show you the various options and where I've come from and where I'm at and the future of it. So if you follow me over the last few years, there's so many database options out there. We got Oracle, SQL Server, all the open source ones. This one, I'm going to show you Postgres, MySQL, and of course all the NoSQL. Here's how I look at it. SQL Server is awesome. It's probably the best trading database out there, bar none. And some of the new features in the new SQL Server 2016 with the revolutionary analytics, IDE to be embedded into, with R embedded as the next big feature for SQL Server. I think these are awesome features to look forward to. A great database, obviously it's only Windows based. Oracle can be good, but it's bloated and it's just a lot and it's very expensive to get stuff done. Then we would start moving into MySQL and Razor SQL. I know people that use MySQL. I think purposely Oracle's done has left that database for the dead. The configuration is really wonky, and then they start all these open source fork versions like MariaDB. Fine, maturity, I don't know. I've looked at it, didn't like it, moved on. Then we came to Postgres. I'll get into that in a minute, but it's kind of like MySQL. It is open source. There's a lot of cool development. It's fairly mature. It's somewhat fast. It's cross-platform, and then there's NoSQL. So I'll get that in a sec. But in terms of operating systems, it's really important for me now to know that whatever I work with is cross-platform. You know about MATLAB, that's cross-platform. This tool I'm going to show you in a sec, Razor SQL, is cross-platform. I'm moving off of Windows, the operating system now. Just do it lags, it dogs, the viruses, the malware. I've got to a point where I'm kind of like literally fed up. So I'm pretty well committed to that path. So I guess my desktop of choice at some point will be Mac. OS 10. Back in the day, you couldn't do a whole lot of Windows and trading tools weren't all that up to date as they are in Windows. But I think things are changing in the last few years since I started this. So I'm probably going to go back to Mac, and that's the way it's looking, with Linux as a server end, as I've shown in some demos with let's say Ubuntu. Not only that, there's NoSQL solutions as well. There's so many coming out. It's really hard to keep track. Even if you stick with one, there's always going to be another one a month later, and maybe better. It's very hard to stay committed to one of these. And the path that seems to be done in very data-intensive environments is using a traditional relationship database like a Postgres. Again, I'll talk about in a minute. And then using some kind of caching capability within memory for, let's say, data management for high speed. Redis has always been my favorite, and I still believe it's the only true open source NoSQL database out there where there is no freemium model. It's just pure open source, which is awesome, and it's quick. When you look at other Aerospike and other, these are really good databases, but you got to pay for the bells and whistles. Kind of goes against why you would never want to go with a SQL Server. So with that in mind, I think the options for me is to move into Postgres, as I said, and let's talk about that. So first, let's talk about the tool options. There's always problems with open source, limitations on what you can and cannot do with it. First of all, there's always that tool that you use to manage your database. Now with Postgres, it's not as mature, but there are some decent tools out there that you can use to interface into the database. This is one called Razor. You see it's cross-platform. including Windows, all my faves, Mac OS 10 and Linux. It's a fairly affordable product, only $100. That's cool. So let me show you the tool. This is it. It's somewhat no different than the, I don't know, SQL Server Management Studio. Has all the basic functionality where you can do your queries and all that. But the whole idea is not talking about Postgres and Razor SQL. What I want to really show you was the database that I've got. So in my database, this is a test database, and I need to stress that. This is a very inefficient database in the way it's been architected and mapped out. It's not my favorite. I just did this for development and testing, but it will need to be redone as I go live. But for historical purposes, it should be fine as is. So what I've done is I've posted the DDL, the schema database, this stuff to worry about the structure of the tables. Post that for all my elite members, so that's up now. So you get up and running. The thing is that these are all the tables, so I can manage my positions, my stocks, my ticks. I can maintain watch list. I have 2 different ones, and because it's open source and all that, I can add more tables as I want. So I have an auto watch list that will watch certain assets for pair trading, let's say, and that's all done automated, thus the name auto. Currencies, ETFs, futures, we have some ticks for Forex. I've broken them out for ticks. So I'll be doing these sort of things as I move, break out the system. There's ticks, so I might have to break out not just one big ticks database, but maybe have a database, sorry, I won't say a database, table for specific assets, or maybe have separate table for just, let's say if I go as granular as a trading pair, meaning for instance for Forex I could have a separate table, duplicate of this table, just for US and British pounds as a separate table, because there's usually only going to be 6 assets I'm going to be watching, 6 trading pairs. Same with futures, same with options. There's only going to be a certain small subset of assets or instruments that I'll be watching. So I can easily break it down right down to the particular asset and make that a separate independent table. So that's what I'm probably going to do as I go into live trading. So let me just show you some of the stuff that we can do here. So we have here in our columns in this table, we have a currency. We'll just see what's in it. So standard SQL works. I think you could probably do it somewhat the lazy way if you're like me. So I'm looking for currency. Okay, there we go. And let's see what it contains. So this is just basically all the currencies that are available from Yahoo Finance to track with. So we have the US KPW. That probably is the Korean won. So you have exotic trading pairs, but I'm only going to be using 6, but this symbol is what's used in Yahoo Finance. So we have that. We have the ETFs. Now, let me just show you what's in the ETFs, and I'm going to show you the size of these things. Okay, so these are all the available ETFs in Yahoo Finance. Okay, these are pretty well the majority of them that you can get not currently, but up to a certain point, up to about a year ago, all the available ETFs. So this might be a little old data, but to have this is pretty valuable. Let me just show you the size of it. So we have here over nearly 10,000 ETFs listed in Yahoo. So I have that database available to track that for ETFs. The same thing for futures. So we'll just show you that. These are global too, I might add. So we have 13,000 it's pretty exhaustive. A lot of work went into building this. Let me just get rid of the parentheses here. Okay, so you can see we have all the available futures and the ticker that you would list in Yahoo Finance to get that chart or that data. Let's continue. So we got the FX. I can't even remember what's in government. It's been a while since I've gone through the complete database. Let's see what we got here. Govern. No, that's nothing of interest. So we have all the indices. These are like SPY. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, we have the ticker, the name, the category, which is really important, the exchange it's on, pink, ASE, country it's from, and the category. And again, this is all from Yahoo. Let's see the size of it. Some of these may have dropped off, to be honest, but you're going to have probably 99%. So we almost have 15,000 indices. Let's check out mutual funds. Because I'll tell you something, a lot of even the hedge fund guys, the HFT guys are going after these kind of assets now. They're no longer just going after ETFs, but they're also going after indices, mutual funds, futures. Mutual funds and indices are getting big, and the ETFs as well. So we have nearly 14,500 mutual funds listed. Not a lot of people go into mutual funds; they're just too expensive to trade. But you can see the same idea from China. We've got U.S., Canada, Germany, Singapore. We've got our positions that are opened up. I think I showed that in another video most recently. Let's see what we have in our stocks. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So here's our stocks. We have all of them, again, globally. Here's one, Waters, the symbol, that's on Germany, Munich. Okay, what's the count? All right. So, and again, 14,400. And everything else is basic. So I've shown you the DDL, the schema code. Again, that code is available up for my members. I'm sure a lot of people would love to have this data, especially the futures and the indices, all the symbols. I can load them up for my members. Let me know if that's something that you're probably wanting. Now, if I do it, that's worth quite a bit of money, I would imagine. To get that from another source would be quite a bit. And again, these can be used in Yahoo. All right. So yeah, let me know if you want that as well. Okay. Again, for my Quant Elite members. But this is the database, the DDL code to get you started on the tables and the columns. Just import it from into your Postgres database once you set it up. And again, Postgres is free. I didn't mention that. That's probably something a lot of people like. It's an enterprise level database, so pretty cool. A lot of people I talk to like it. So other than that, talk to you later.